Alright, everyone, welcome back to more JoJo's fan rankings. This is episode 12, and we're going to be covering up the tier list with Dio's children and the three stands of Father Pucci, the main antagonist of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean. Anyway, first stand, this is Bohemian Rhapsody. This is the stand of Dio's best child, best looking, best physically, best story, best emotionally, the GOAT, the undisputed Unglow. Bohemian Rhapsody, the stand allows you to bring fictional characters into the real world. Really cool ability, somewhat. But it has a sub ability, kind of. If you know the character, if you know the character at all, even if you recognize that character subconsciously, you become a character in the story. Like, for example, when Anasui was dealing with Bohemian Rhapsody, he recognized, Red Riding Hood and became, the big bad wolf. I think if it was just bringing fictional characters into the real world, it would be S. But I still see the goatedness of Bohemian Rhapsody, and I think it is pretty funny. I think it's still a B tier, honestly. Yeah, maybe it's not always bad either. Maybe you could get something good. I think it's gonna stay in B. Next up we have, I think this is Sky High. I think it is called that. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up like what it actually is. This is the stand of Dio's other child, Raquel. I think that's how it's called, Raquel. Or Raquel, I don't know which one it is. But this stand is very strange, as this stand manipulates like a cryptid, like a creature that might not exist. And that creature they're called rods. And what rods do is, they're like these squirmy little creatures that fly around and they suck warmth out of things. Honestly, it's not that good. I'm thinking C tier. I mean, realistically, what could you do other than being an assassin could you do with this stand? I just don't really see much. This is a very, it's a good stand in verse, not a good stand in real life. Like, if I had to stand in the verse, it'd probably be B. But I'm kind of trying to take this whole tier list like a 50-50 approach, like looking at all the stands in all the ways. And I just don't know. I just don't see it being above C tier. Next up we have Underworld. This is the stand of Donatello. What Underworld does is, I think you can look through people's memories with it, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure you can resurface through people's memories. But this stand actually has it has what's the word I'm looking for? It's gotta have you gotta do a ritual with it, as in you have to dig this hole for it to use its main ability, which is memory playback. Well, it's better than Moody Blues playback, where you can basically have a 1-to-1 recreation of that moment, like when Underworld trapped Jolene and Hermes in the plane that was gonna crash. I think this is another C tier. I think Ungolo was the only one of Dio's children that had the better stands. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in C. Alright, next we're gonna starting with Father Pucci. First up we have White Snake. This is one I have already thought about off camera, and I do think it is S tier, because personally in my opinion, out of all of Pucci's 3 stands, I think Whitesnake is the best. It's got 2 abilities before, like, the time ability. It has the disc feature, which in itself, if it was just a disc ability, it would still just be S tier, because the ability to just take disc out of people and it being like their memory and that person, and you can just put it in yourself or another person, that is just so good and just so helpful. Whitesnake, with that ability, it's kind of like a lesser Heaven's Door, kinda. You can even take people's stands with it and your own, and I just think I think that's pretty cool. Like, imagine you're in the verse, imagine you're in JoJo's and you're like this really cool character and your stand just gets stolen. I think Whitesnake has aura. Whitesnake definitely has aura, and I really like its design too. I love the design it has going, and I like its color palette. But its other ability, it's got a little sub ability. It does stuff with like acid, as it can like disguise itself. Like Pucci disguised himself as Weather Report, and it tricked Jolene into giving him the green baby. And speaking of the green baby, we are going to start with Sea Moon. Sea Moon is the second stand of Pucci. And what this does, it can change the shift of gravity. Other than its design, I don't think it's that good. But I do like its design. Is gravity shifting that bad? Could it be? I mean, you could get somewhere faster. I mean, free travel. You would have to like time it really right. Like, imagine like you wanting to do something, like you're on the boardwalk and you're like, man, I really just I just want to take this all in with some quiet. Shift gravity, everybody falls off. Boom. I think it's B tier. Next up, we have Made in Heaven. This is the final stand of Pucci. And what this stand does is that it accelerates time. I'll be honest, S tier. Just from design alone, it's an amazing looking stand. I like it's very unique. I think out of all the stands, it is probably one of the better designs. I love the Centaur look, and I love its face, and I really like Made in Heaven. I think that's it. I think we're done with the tier list. Wow. Star Platinum all the way to Made in Heaven. It has been a long video series, but it's finally over. Wait. Do y'all hear that? What is that? No. No, this can't be. No. I thought the series was over. No. The tier list. I have to finish. I got the stands. I got all the stands you sent me on the tier list. I'll get to ranking them as soon as possible. All right, see you later, Mr. Valentine.